What's up, everybody? I'm SS Multiverse, and today we're talking about the final showdown between the Merged Zamasu and the fusion between Goku and Vegeta. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I think the fight is going to be broken down, how strong each of the two fighters are, and possibly even some events that I think are going to take place during this fight. Now, let's start with the strength of each character, the Merged Zamasu and Vegetto. In order to figure this out, we gotta go back to Dragon Ball Z, in which Batara fusion was used. We can also use the finger fusion, the fusion dance, because it was considered a weaker version of fusion, but we could still use this as a basis of a general idea how strong fusion is. So if you look at Gotenks and Vegetto's power back in Dragon Ball Z, it is stronger than the individual's max power. Gotenks' base form was much stronger in Super Saiyan Goten and Trunks. And Vegetto base form, especially in the anime, was way stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So just using that fact alone, I think it's pretty safe to say that Vegetto's base form is going to be stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku or Vegeta right now. And that the same thing goes with Merged Zamasu, that him in his base form, when I say base form, it's because possibly he still might have Super Saiyan Rose. I personally think that he should be able to have that transformation, being that he still has some Saiyan blood flowing within him. But just in case he doesn't, I'm going to stay in the safe side and just say that his base form is still going to be much stronger than Black Goku and Zamasu's powers add together. And Vegetto's base form is going to be much stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku or Vegeta. Now, being that Whis said back in the Resurrection S Saga that if Goku and Vegeta teamed up as Super Saiyan Blue, they could take down Beerus, and the simple fact that when Beerus fought Goku, he was pretty tired by the end of the fight, I think it's safe to say that Vegetto's power definitely surpasses Beerus, and most likely surpasses Whis as well. Now, if you want to get into like stronger enemies like Dai Shinkan, we really don't know much about them. I'm going to throw out, I guess, just being how strong fusion is, that I think Super Saiyan Blue Vegito would be even stronger in Dai Shinkan as well. Just because of the simple fact that we said that he was stronger, but just in my opinion, it sounded like he didn't make him sound like he was that much stronger, just stronger. And just keep in mind how strong fusion is. You know, you had base Vegito wrecking Ultimate Gohan Buu. And Ultimate Gohan Buu was way stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks or Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And that was base form Vegito. I'm talking about Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, which is way stronger than Super Saiyan 3. But I can't say that for sure because we don't know how strong Dai Shinkan is. Just my guess would be that he would be stronger. Now, speed, ever since the Cell Saga, is pretty much the same as your strength. Like, if you're a certain strength, you're also a certain speed as well. So that's not really that much of a factor in this fight. Pretty much who's stronger is also who's faster. Now, Vegeta is stronger in Goku Black, and Goku is stronger in Zamasu, not counting immortality. So if they join bodies and become Vegetto, one would have to conclude that he would definitely be stronger than the Merged Zamasu, unless there's some unknown factor to fusion we previously do not know that would make them stronger. I think it's safe to assume that Vegetto is going to be stronger because the fusees, the individuals who are fusing Goku and Vegeta, are stronger than Zamasu and Goku Black at this point. So there you have it. I think Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is going to be the strongest fighter we have ever seen. And yes, I'm saying fighter because the Omni King is not a fighter. So I will stand by that he's the strongest fighter. And Merged Zamasu is going to be weaker than him. So how I personally think this fight is going to go down is I think Merged Zamasu is going to be able to get hits on Vegito, but Vegito is ultimately going to be much stronger. I think, I'm not going to say this is going to be a murder or a complete beatdown, but I think that Vegito is definitely going to be made stronger, and maybe even a lot stronger than people think. People might think this is going to be a close fight. I personally don't see it. I think that he's going to get absolutely destroyed. Maybe not at first. I could see him gain some hits in, but ultimately Vegito's much stronger, and he has Kaioken if he needs it. But how I think this fight is going to work is it sounds like that can't really be much of a final fight, you know, just a complete beatdown of Merged Zamasu. And that's one of the reasons I think that the Merged Zamasu still has his immortality. I think that's what's really going to keep him in this fight. I think his endurance. I think he's going to have immortality, or at least very, very good regeneration and endurance. So I think it's going to be power and speed versus somebody you almost literally cannot beat in the fight. There's also a leak on Herm's page, which most of you know by now, and Geekdom even confirmed it, saying that the Mafuba jar is critical to saving the future. And I was thinking this in my head the other day. I was just like, All this is coming together for me. I know how this fight's gonna go. Vegito is gonna beat up the Merged Zamasu because I think that he's just flat out stronger. But I think the Merged Zamasu's endurance is gonna hold up, or he's just flat out immortal and can't be defeated. So you might be like, how is Vegito gonna win? And I think Vegito is gonna seal Zamasu using the Mafuba technique. I really do think that that's how this is gonna end. And honestly, I hope this fight is the first fight in Dragon Ball Super that, other than Goku versus Beerus, I guess, that lasts a pretty significant amount of time. I loved when Vegito fought Super Buu and he was stronger, but Super Buu's endurance and regeneration kept him in the fight. I really hope they bring that back with Merged Zamasu and he can stay with Vegito for a pretty long a time until Vegito busts out the Mafuba and seals this guy away. Now, some other predictions I'm going to make in this fight is that I definitely think we're going to see some Kamehamehas because both of them know it. I think we're definitely going to see some instantaneous movement because both of the fighters knew it. And I really hope that Merged Zamasu has a new slew of techniques because they said fusion enables people to use powers that you've never seen before. So I hope that he's able to, open dimension holes, just do something we haven't seen yet. And same thing with Vegito, but I don't think it's as critical for Vegito. I think the main thing is that just how strong he is. I think the Merged Zamasu should be the one to bust out all these new techniques and to keep him in the fight because that would keep the fight interesting. I don't want to see just punches and kicks flying for 20 minutes, I think we all want to see some flashy new techniques. We have two of the most ultimate beings ever created, other than maybe the Omni King. Let's see something worthy to be called the ultimate showdown because honestly, that's what this is coming down to. It's just the final, crazy ultimate fight. And honestly, I cannot wait for it more than anything. I almost wish they just skip this next episode, just go right to the final fight. Only kidding, of course. Any Dragon Ball Super is worth watching, but now one thing the Merged Zamasu may have access to is complete manipulation over his Ki sword, which Goku Black uses a lot. I mean, we've seen him use it to stab people, and then now in episode 64, he can even make like a rift in the sky using that technique. So I'm really curious to see what else he can do using this Ki sword. Maybe he can make like a really long one, and do things we've never seen before in Dragon Ball Super. I don't even want to make predictions because after he makes that rift, I have no idea what that sword can do. Maybe it will even have some more defensive properties at this point. Maybe it could turn into some type of shield to block techniques, which would further support my idea that this Merged Zamasu is going to be more defense-based than offense. All in all, that is exactly how I think the fight is going to go down. I think that Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, or just Vegito in general, is going to be much stronger than the Merged Zamasu. I think there is going to be like a decent warm-up period, and I think it's going to be a semi-beatdown. But I think Zamasu's immortality or endurance is going to keep him in the fight and going to keep him coming back for more. And then ultimately, Vegito is going to bust out the Mafuba technique and seal him away. I also think during this fight, there's going to be scenes involving Trunks because this is Trunks' arc. So maybe it's going to be him repairing the Mafuba jar. Maybe it's going to be him assisting Vegito, but he can't really provide that much help in terms of raw power. So I'm wondering how that's going to come into play. I think that has everything to do with the Mafuba. Trunks helping because otherwise, this is going to be kind of a strange ending to the Trunks arc if he doesn't really have much to do towards the end of the saga. One other event I can think of that may just happen is that the Omni King Zeno may pay a visit after or during this fight towards the end. I'm going to say it's almost going to have to be at the end. I can't see him really appearing in the beginning. And because we had an explanation for what happened to future Beerus, what happened to all the gods from all the universes, and even what happened to future Whis. And the last fan-made question that has not been answered yet is what happened to future Zeno? How has he not been aware of all these gods dying? And what a better ending to the saga if we had our final question answered of where Zeno has been. Now, what's he going to do once he gets there? I've heard theories already. I've heard that he's actually going to defeat Merged Zamasu. I also heard one that he's going to take the Mafuba jar. Vegeto's going to use the seal away Merged Zamasu. He's just going to take it for safekeepings. Of the two theories, I think the one where he takes the Mafuba jar away makes more sense, but that is going so far into the future, I don't even know if I want to make that prediction yet. Maybe Zeno is just really slow to react and he shows maybe his childlike personality once again where he's just like, oh, I was sleeping, or I was in the middle of something, or he gives some hilarious answer, protect all the gods or anything. That would be a great scene. I think that'd be the perfect ending to the Trunks arc. But anyways, guys, that's my complete breakdown of the final fight between Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and the Merged Zamasu. I cannot wait for this. I honestly do believe this fight is coming very soon, and it is going to happen. They've even confirmed that Goku and Vegeta's merged voice work is complete at the Dragon Ball Super Studios. So I think at this point, we all know it's coming. Literally, I just cannot wait. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. How do you think this fight would go down? Who do you think stronger, Vegetto or a Merged Zamasu? And how do you think this fight is going to end? Let me know in the comments. I'll read them like always. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.